This week is all about earnings, and tomorrow you have SoFi reporting earnings. Now, I've been very bullish on this company. We've talked about where I would buy it, where I'm looking to buy, and ultimately, I think right now you are set to break out and push towards $40. That's not clickbait. That's not trolling. You look incredible. SoFi as a company is doing very, very good. Okay. Now, I also have another stock that reports earnings tomorrow that's a little bit of a sleeper. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and they had news on the day. You might be able to guess. Try to see if you can guess it. Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to be. But again, it'll be here in the video as well. Let's get to work. Now, SoFi, I just want to start with the chart, guys. This is SoFi's chart. Let's go to the weekly. It might be one of the most beautiful charts out there right now. This is your IPO or SPAC highs by 28.5. You're holding those levels. And the more I look at it, the more I fall in love. Again, you look incredible. Go to the 4 hour where you're at right now. As you can see, grinding the 50-day moving. I mean, buyers were holding you up. This is easily one of the most bullish mid-cap names in the market right now. Okay. Now, again, SoFi, what's going on? Where are they at? Now, a few things to understand. Going into this week, if you look at the market as a whole, we talked about in the earlier video what's happening with the US, with China, the trade deal, tariffs are being paused. So again, tariffs, China trade war, that problem's resolved. Okay. Government shutdown still going on. But I will say, as of right now, with as many stocks have reported earnings and how many are beating and how good the economy looks, I would say you are in a full risk on situation going into the end of the year, meaning big money is just deploying capital because Trump is just dumping gasoline on the stock market at this point. That's all he cares about is can the stocks keep running, okay? The next thing is understanding what's happening out there with SoFi. I've gone heavily into the growth, user count. I'll go more into that after earnings as well. But we've gone into how they're scaling. We've gone into their market cap. Again, their market cap is around 35, 36 billion right now. But again, they're doing, I believe, last quarter they did around 850 million. They're on track to do 890. They'll probably be above 900 million, which is very comparable to something like Robinhood and how much money they're doing, giving you food for thought. And I'm not saying they're the same company. Robinhood, they are different, okay? But they're bringing in similar numbers. Robinhood, I think they did about $1 billion last quarter, right? Okay, Robinhood did $1 billion, SoFi did 900 million, okay? About 10% off, right? Robinhood's market cap is $130 billion. SoFi's market cap is $36 billion. There's a lot of room for growth. SoFi could be a $100 billion company easily. Okay, that's where if I would put a ceiling, like if I had to put a reasonable ceiling short term, that's what I'd put. Okay, so you have a lot of room to grow as a company. There's no question about it. So SoFi, logically speaking, getting into 45 is not that big of it. $40, $45, $40, either way, is not that big of a deal. Market cap would jump around 10. 15 billion. Again, you would still be in the realm of a good valuation. The earnings are growing pretty steady as well. See, a lot of you guys are hyper focused on these trash stocks, but again, some of the stocks that are great are kind of boring. You ever know they're kind of boring stocks. They're not going to shock you. Like Robinhood, they were pretty boring for a while when they were cheap to buy, and then they got a lot of fun above $100 and started announcing all these, you can bet on certain things. They partnered with, I think, was it Kalshi or a Poly Market? You could bet on certain of these circumstances, kind of like a gambling app at this point. SoFi, true investing, mortgage, money-making app. That's what SoFi is. Okay, so very important to understand what they're doing, and I think so. There's an area for both, but I love what SoFi is doing. Right, we understand their revenues growing, strong user growth, like we said. Great to see. So I'm very hyped about earnings. What's going to happen here? Now you guys are like, well, Tyler, where should I buy? What am I looking at? Again, guys, I've made videos. I've told you guys where I would be buying. That buying opportunity was down here at $25, 24.8, or anytime you touch the 50-day moving average. You've touched it 4 times in the past 2 weeks. Those are your buying opportunities. This is your previous all-time high here, 28.3. You're holding that clearly. You're ready to move. Would I be buying options going into tomorrow? I would not be buying options at all-time highs. Is that because I'm bearish? No, that's just there's a lot of risk going into those options, so you can see really quickly as well. I just don't want to. I'm not trying to gamble here. SoFi is a stock that I don't think you have to gamble on. It's that good of a name. So going for November 21st. They're only $2. I mean, the measure move isn't crazy. It's like 7-8%, which is like a $2.5 move. You can do it if you want. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I am not doing it. it's still a great looking name. It's still a great looking stock. If I was going to trade options on SoFi, do your own research, do your own due diligence. I would be going for January 16th minimum. I'd be going a little bit out of the money towards like the $35 strikes. Big risk, I'm telling you right now. It's very risky. Do what you want and do what you got to do. But I like SoFi. I like them a lot. I think stock, if you're buying stock here, I actually like it. Be totally honest. It's risky, but I still like it a lot. Okay, SoFi, we love it. Okay, if you have any questions you need me to cover on SoFi, I'll be posting them up on Twitter as well. I recommend you follow. I'm going to be going over all these earnings on Twitter as they're coming out, giving you breakdowns. Very important to know. Now, before I go into the sleeper here, okay, before I go into the sleeper, I also want to give you an update on Palantir. And it's funny because some of the hottest videos that we've made recently, I'll tell you, have gotten the least amount of views. Going over to YouTube, like I'm just like, guys, I'm trying to put you guys on. I'm posting a lot more than just S&P 500 videos lately. So again, right here, 5 days ago, overvalued ? Palantir 63% upside. Since that video, Palantir has literally gone up from like 179, hit all-time highs today of 193. I'm telling you, right now, mid caps have crazy potential. I don't know why people aren't talking about this, but IWM, which goes in primarily into SoFi in the next stock I'm going to tell you about, it's having a multi-year breakout. And this is what I'm saying. You are in a risk-on scenario. If this week goes well, you need to understand you are in a total area of shoving the chips to the middle of the table. I mean, you have monster earnings. Like SoFi, don't get me wrong, I'm paying close attention. But tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, you have Facebook, Microsoft, Google, and then on Thursday, you have Apple. Amazon's also reporting here. They just confirmed it, just to let you know. That's why Earning Whispers didn't have it on the calendar. Very important. It was like marked for like November 6th or 5th, but they changed it to the 30th here, October. So again, this week, major, 5 of your Mag 7 names report the 29th or the 30th. So if this goes well, you were in an area over the next 2 months, I think you could go ballistic on the stock. Absolutely ridiculous. So you need to be paying attention. And again, IWM, and you guys are like, Tyler, you're repeating the same stuff. Look, you don't get these type of scenarios often. I'm just going to tell you. I just had someone comment on my last video like, hey, Tyler, I appreciate what you do. And I'm never trying to tell you guys to buy this or sell this or do. I just post what I'm thinking. This is like where this is like my little bubble. Like you guys just have access to my brain of things that I'm thinking, what I'm looking at investing in, etc. Right? Some of the ideas are good. Some of them are bad. Some of the times I'm good. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. I leave the videos up there so you guys can judge me for whatever you want. But IWM hasn't had, guys, the last time you had a breakout on IWM, right? Let's go back to the last 4. First one, right? This is the weekly chart, so you know. 2007 to 2013. You break out, you went ballistic. Right here, 2014, 2017, basically. You go ballistic. Right here, going back, 2018 through 2021. You go ballistic. Well, guys, you're getting your breakout here again. This is your breakout. I'm not going to promise you're going to go up 100 points or anything, but I'm just saying every time this has happened, Bitcoin's gone ballistic. Mid caps, small caps have gone ballistic. You're just in that scenario right now. You're like in the danger zone, as they would say, right? Call me Iceman, right? The hot take, Iceman's the best pilot on Top Gun, believe it or not. Anyways, where you're at right now on IWM looks really good. So as I'm looking at this, I think SoFi is like a safer play, to be totally honest. It's a boring company. It's a boring stock, and I love it. I love it into $40. Absolute juicer. If they miss, I would be absolutely shocked. Absolutely shocked. But if we're to be looking to buy options, getting aggressive is buying at 25, potentially, right? Holding 28.3 is key. So I don't want to see a dip anymore. You already had your buying opportunity, so we love to see it. Now, the stock I'm talking about, that's a sleeper, PayPal. PayPal reports earnings tomorrow as well. And I want to highlight something here, guys. I want to take off all the drawings. Let's just take a step back and look at this chart. This is PayPal stock. Okay? This is PayPal. You're IPO'd in 2015, as you can see here. You were around $40 basically for like the first 2 years of trading. And then you got up, and then 2018 all the way through almost 2020. You kind of got a little bit out, but you stayed in this little bit of a range between $90 and 70. And then you went ballistic, right, in 2021. Well, since the crash of 2022, that was an actual stock market crash, you've been just sitting at lows down here. Now, the range that I marked out is right here, Okay, 68.6, that's a key level, or you can see right there. That is your major level. Another big level here is 76.6, but you're sitting right on top of 68.6 roughly. I think PayPal, I'm not going to tell you PayPal is going to go to all-time highs and go like to $200 or anything crazy, but I think where you're at, it's too cheap. It's too cheap. Let's look at what's happening here with earnings over the past year. Okay, 7.8 billion, 7.8 billion, 8.4, 7.8, 8.3, 8.2 is the expectation, right? Can they get towards 9 billion? That's the question. But now they're actually tapping in with MasterCard, and they just secured a deal today to accelerate secure global payments and commerce, and basically integrating AI, so it's an easier option to pay with PayPal as well. They're putting up solid numbers. I'm not saying they're a crazy growth company. I'm not saying they're going to, again, 3-4 extra money, but it's too cheap down here. Okay. As long as you're above 68.5, I think this is one of the better buying opportunities in the mid cap space. Looking for 76.6 and ultimately towards $88, $85 as well. I absolutely love it. I love it. Okay. It's funny. I'm live streaming while making this video, and someone said, who uses PayPal still? Who uses Venmo? Who uses it? Rhetorical question. A lot of people are using it, okay? You need to understand this. Also, PayPal is still big globally. Very important to understand this, right? PayPal above 68.5, I'm a big fan. SoFi is a better company. It's a better stock. I'm not comparing the two, but I think PayPal is a value buy, okay? And it's also, just looking at the stock-wise, like SoFi is clearly at all-time highs, like they're performing far different. So they're clearly different names, but very important to realize where PayPal's at. Okay. Now also giving you the reference again of market cap of what you're buying value wise, etc. The market cap here, it's a $67 billion market cap, and they're doing around $8 billion a quarter. So they're roughly doing, let's just say 8 times 4, they're doing roughly $32 million a quarter, and they're valued at, and their market cap, their valuation right now is $67 billion. It's basically a 2x valuation of yearly earnings. I'm just saying, hey, don't shoot the messenger. That's where you're at right now. PE ratio is 15. This is it's a no-brainer for me. Okay, earnings will be big. Again, I'm not trading options into earnings on these stocks. I want to be very, very, very clear. If I did trade earnings, I wouldn't even tell you guys, because I think trading earnings is you're playing with fire. 9 out of 10. Even if I love the earnings, I think you're playing with fire 9 out of 10 times. But I love both these companies. I think you're in a very, very good position. I think these are two of the mid small caps that have a lot of room still left in the tank and ready to run. You see, when we look at IWM, what's carried you, it's been these quantum names like RGTI. It's been QBTS, right? D-Wave. It's been IONQ. I think the better names, the true value names, are going to step up and start carrying IWM over the next few months and weeks. Personal opinion, okay? Stop trying to get rich quick. These are boring names. They're boring stocks, but they're good names. They're making money. They're consistent. This is what you want to see. And if PayPal specifically can get a little bit of growth, if you get a little bit of good news, can show a little bit of a beat, you're going to start seeing shorts get hammered on that as well. Very important to understand that. So again, why I'm looking at it, why I'm watching it, etc. Now, again, for the remainder of this week with some of these earnings here, there's not a lot of mid caps that I'm really eyeing. I'm going to tell you right now. The only one I'd be watching is maybe Reddit. They had some bad news regarding the way that they're tracking their data and what happened there. I think ChatGPT also stopped using Reddit for data as well. That's why they started seeing that big drop. So let's see what happens with Reddit. But again, a bulk of this week is all about the Mag 7 names. I want to be, don't get confused, don't get it twisted. Don't make money tomorrow on SoFi or PayPal and then say, oh, I'm just going to hold blindly. Guys, you need to keep your head on a swivel, because I'm telling you, it's a massive week for earnings. And I try to urge caution. My goal here is so people just understand how to protect their money. That's it, right? If you can protect your money, you can be defensive, you can protect your portfolio, you live to fight another day, you can live to find the next big trade, big setup. You don't need to make it all in one trade, you don't need to make it all in one day or 2 days, right? You're here for the long haul. If you're an investor, you're an investor. You're not a short-term, get-rich-quick money hawk. That's not the name of the game, okay? That's what we're looking at. That's why we're looking at it, guys. If you want to see what we're trading, how we're trading every single day, the Discord link is down below. I was notifying people in Discord here too of SoFi once again on the breakout here. But again, you get access to what we're doing, what we're looking at every single day when it comes to futures. Obviously, trade ideas for swing trades. As you can see here, technicals for all of our scalps, intraday getting in and getting out of the market, it's quick, fast trades like that. You see the profits as well. All those links are down below. But again, that's what we're looking at going into tomorrow and the rest of this week. It's a monster week, guys. It's a monster week. We're starting it off really strong with what's happening with China and America, but now we got to finish it with earnings, and then hopefully nothing bad gets said from China and Trump over the next few days. But we look like we're in the clear. We're at that last stretch, the final sprint. The market looks absolutely juiced. Have a good one, boys. See you tomorrow.